Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Brewing Live. So it's another Friday, and I hope you are having, you're just simply telling yourself, thank God it's Friday. So I know people are very excited when Fridays come. So I hope you have a blessed Friday. Welcome to this Brewing Live episode 1129. And thank you so much for joining me today. So Brewing Live is a community service initiative by Decaf Coffee Republic aimed at enriching your digital experience with impactful insight that foster growth through the platform of life coaching in collaboration with Life Coach Philippines International. We are committed to brewing mental fitness and nurturing holistic mental health one episode at a time. Shout out to our Save One coaching community and fellow kindred coaches in the house. So, several years back, I became a teenage mom. Well, hindi naman several, like really many several years back, I became a teenage mom at 19. I was not ready. Honestly, I was not ready, but I had to be ready. So how many of you can relate with me? How many of you have experienced being put in a certain situation, being in a space, or simply no other choice but to embrace the change because it has been given to you? No? So I was so fixated then in being a good mom because I was trying to compensate for not really understanding and not really knowing how to go about it. I was very stiff and wanted so much control. I wanted so much control. I worked hard having a child, finished my Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I took the board exam, passed it the first time I took it. And I had this picture of a perfect family. Now I can have a perfect family. I finished college, So I want things to really like run smoothly. And I would clean at night, ensuring that the following day I was not cramming, cleaning, feeding children, going to work. I was just simply so frustrated and always angry since control, is never mine. I can only control myself. Now, when I became a mental model collector and we started learning the different mental models, I realized that there are so many ways that I can do things. I also came to a space of understanding where I'm coming from. How come my perspective were like that? And I was so stressed out. At the time when I was thinking differently and I was really like freak control, or control freak. But when I started learning the different mental models, I was able to change my perspective, and definitely I became, I enjoyed more about life, and I enjoy more about parenting. So if this is the first time you're seeing me and you're not familiar with me, I'm Life Coach Marife, a CACC Life Coach from Life Coach Philippines International. I'm also a mental health coach. By background, I'm a registered nurse with almost 22 years of hospital work experience, but I've transitioned myself to becoming a coaching entrepreneur, a mom of 3 adults already. I'm a passionate advocate on mental health through mindful parenting. I believe mental health begins at home and it can also end at home. So the reason why I created and founded my nth attempt to parent to the coaching community that seeks to empower every parent to take a stand in mental health for themselves and their children. And I decided also, no, part of, I'm going to be talking to you about reinvention. Part of my reinvention, I decided also to become a digital asset investor of parentingfeature.com. So it's all about parenting, becoming a gentle parent, knowing all about parenting, which I never had before. Now it's available in this platform. So it's a website which serves parents who needed learning and education and will help them definitely to become better in their role as a parent, so they can best help nurture their children through mental fitness. And so today, for today's conversation, I'm going to be talking about the reinvention mental model. This is one of my favorite. When you're studying, I think more than 2 years we've been studying the different mental model. I've come to get some favorite which I actually apply. I actually apply in everything, in a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to be talking to you about reinvention mental model. And if you're one person also who are yet to visit our coaching hub, the home of the CACC life coaches here in the Philippines, we have D Cup Coffee Republic, which is conveniently located inside Pioneer Center compound at Pioneer Road corner Brixtons and United Street, Capitolio, Pasig City. We are open daily, Mondays to Saturdays, 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. And we say hashtag all up all night. So to avail of our complimentary services, connect now with Coach Rezzhel at 0907-586-1661 or comment interested in the comment section right now in this video. Now, this August, we are rededicating once again our conversation to the exploration of understanding mental models. Now, mental models, and each episode delves into the significance of these models, showcasing how they can be utilized in specific situation to inspire new thoughts. And when you can never do anything, you cannot, how do you say it? When Einstein says, you how come you would expect, it's stupidity to expect a different result when you're still doing the same thing over again. And same so with your mind. If you still have the same mindset, you cannot do something new with an old mindset. No, so it's even biblical. Now we say a new wine skin would always be is an emphasis. If you want to do something, you put an old wine, a wine in a new wine skin. So now, mental models is very important because it will allow you to make better decision and smarter action. So don't keep us a secret. Don't keep this conversation a secret. Share this. No, sharing is caring, and share the link to the people, no, especially the link of this live to people who matters most to you. Now, mental models is something that each and everyone needs to understand, needs to learn, because it's a conceptual framework that explain how something works. And definitely you have your own mental model and you see things the way it works. No? So when you talk about mental model, it helps you interpret the world and understand the relationships. No, these models are deeply ingrained beliefs, no, about how the world function, and have been studied academically since the 1940s. Imagine that. So a quick search in Google Scholar for mental model will yield nearly 200,000 studies utilizing this term, building a base of the most valuable and universal mental models that create a trunk of knowledge that you can draw throughout your life. So when you're in a certain situation, your thinking right now will not give you the benefit, you choose a mental model which you can make, which you can base how you will act, how you'll perceive, how will you make decision, and will it truly help you. No, the true value of mental model comes from the application. It's not just from the head knowledge. You have to come into a space of really applying it, no, in specific situation, enabling you to think innovatively, make informed decision, and act more intelligently. So, as we embark on today's journey, I invite you to open your mind to the learning, the key insights from this episode, gain actionable knowledge and strategies, and remember that giving is a hallmark of empowered individuals. So, if you're blessed, your generosity is much welcome to support the advancement of a mentally fit generation. As Master Coach is now on a quest of building a mentally fit and a mental fitness facility for to help people really develop their mental fitness, no, and this is basically for the next generation. So to contribute, just check the link, no, our PayPal account in the video, in this video, in this particular video. But before I start, though, let me give my shout out to our kindred coaches. We have, of course, hello Carlos, my friend in there. Carlos Arsolon is in Manila. Coach Lay. We have Master Coach Jasmine, Coach Nords. Um, we have also we have also Coach Lynn, of course. We have Coach Sean, and I know my friend Chona is in there. Chona Solarta is in there. So thank you so much. And Coach Lady Jen. So thank you so much for hopping in with me. So today we're going to be talking about mental models and specifically on reinvention. Now, Stephen Covey wrote, your power to choose your direction of your life allows you to reinvent yourself, to change your future, and to powerfully influence the rest of creation. No? So that's the power of reinvention. Imagine you can, when you reinvent yourself, you change the future and you influence the rest of creation. And I remember that there was one conversation where I believe it was one class where master coach is, when you start changing yourself, people in your space have no choice but to change also, because we probably would think differently, you make decision differently, and you will, you stand, you speak, you do projects differently, and so people will simply adjust with you. And that's why we say you powerfully influence the rest of creation. So that's reinvention, no? That's that's what we say when we talk about reinvention. Now, when you talk about reinvention mental model, there are actually four major mindset that you need to really understand. You cannot simply, I want to reinvent, this is what I'm going to do. You have to come to a space of truly understanding what are the mindsets that you need to carry so that you can reinvent, no? So that you can reinvent. So we, I'm going to share with you four mindset. Mindset number one is change and learn faster. No, so as businesses, roles, careers, and entire industries will have a shorter and shorter lifespan. Now, I believe you know that we have had increasing stress. No, stress is really high because we are living in a fast-paced world. Transition is like everywhere, and there will be a lot, because we're transitioning, there's going to be a lot of changes. There's going to be a lot of changes. And so you have to come into a space that you need to embrace and accept that you need to change. What works for you like 2 3 years from now, before, no, 2 3 before, no, before the now, may not be working right now. No, kudos to all the parents. That's why we have always said to all the parents, don't ever say that bakit noon kami ganito, okay naman kami, because it's no longer work today. And if you've been doing things before in a certain way, try to check, it may not work today. No, so you have to come into space of having the mindset that I love change, I will embrace change, and I need to learn faster. When you say learn faster, you come into a space of really looking into what are the things, a new skill, new learning that you can embrace so that you can do things differently for yourself. Second mindset is opportunity is growing exponentially. No, the biggest opportunities requires reinvention. You cannot simply say, the way you do life, the way you do work, the way you do business cannot be how you used to do it. Well, especially now, we are in the digital world. And so if you're one person, I believe, no, after the pandemic, there were a lot of companies that shut, no, that really closed. No, they come to a space of finding themselves that they have no choice but to shut their business off because they are not prepared. They were never prepared to handle the changes that is coming after pandemic. Marami pong nagsara, marami po ang nawala ng trabaho. No, so but when change happens, it also will actually how do you call, challenge you to really think better, think something new, and reinvent yourself to be able to handle the change, to be able to adapt to the and do and really do excellently the opportunity that has been given. Honestly, on a day-to-day basis, opportunities are always available, like, but few people see it because our brain has been used to doing things the same way over and over again. So reinvention would require you, to understand that the world is growing, no, is growing exponentially, and so what you know may not be applicable to what it is today, what is happening today. So third mindset that you need to understand when you talk about reinvention is it's a natural part of life and evolution. You know what? Among the reinvention mindset, this is one thing that I have truly absorbed. This is one thing that I truly absorb in my life, that I truly embrace. No, I realize that we have been reinventing from the very beginning. Like, we have reinvented from, the way the time we were born, the time that you went to started to walk, the time you started to really went into prep school, you went to elementary days, and even when in college, diba? Each time there's I remember when I was in high school, I was not actually, I was just happy with school. I enjoyed so much friends, and my focus on when I was in high school was just really to be with friends. But when I went to college, no, I took my Bachelor of Science in nursing. My goal was actually to really survive the nursing school, finish it, kasi nakakaya kung hindi ko matapos, pass the board one time. Yun lang po yung aking, though that's the, and I had to reinvent. No, I cannot do the old me in high school so that I can meet my goal in college. I have to reinvent everything that I do, my schedule, the people I talk to, the school I went to. I mean, the way I study, I have to come into that space. And also, I have to start to reinvent also. I started also becoming more mindful of the things that I wanted to really do, because I want to make sure that it will help me in the goal that I was, and that was to finish college. And when I become a coaching entrepreneur, I have to reinvent, because I know that a lot of people wanted to really be healthy. Now, I am the proprietor of the Healthy Hub, and I needed to really reinvent myself in a way, because I learned, no, when I was still doing wellness coaching, that people came into my space, not many of them, of course, wanted to really be healthy, wanted to lose weight, but when many of them wanted a conversation. And since I do not know how to have a conversation, because I was my exposure as an eldest, I talk, I delegate, I assign, I control. And when you are in a conversation with people, you can't do that. So I need to have that reinvention. And I'm just so blessed that I came into life coaching. No? So really, yes, Coach Lady Jen, reinvention to achieve a certain goal. Reinvention is a natural process of life, no? And yeah, and Coach Cynthia says reinvent to improve. Yes, you know what? Reinvention is not something new. It's natural for us, but we have not simply think we have not thought about it. But we have been going through a lot of reinvention, not intentionally for most people. And so many people got stuck because they're not very intentional. But for some people, they have become mindful, they know what they want, and so they started reinventing. So it's a natural part of life and evolution. There will be some, no? We have been, as it says now, we have been doing it for millions of years. We have been reinventing our bodies and our minds. Isn't it right? Yung asal mo ngayon, hindi yun yung asal mo nung bata ka pa. So you have reinvented yourself. And oftentimes when we talk about change, when we talk about reinvention, we're afraid. But we didn't know that we have been doing it like over and over again. But now I'm bringing you to a space of consciousness that reinvention is not something that you're going to be afraid, because you are actually have been practicing it. The fourth mindset in reinvention is when we transcend, we don't abandon. When we transcend, we don't abandon. There were many times now that we kind of feel, I like what I do right now. If I reinvent, iwanan ko ba to? No, that is not the case when you talk about reinvention. When you talk about reinvention, you take everything that you have learned before and you put it all together in new ways. There is such a thing as emergence. No, I remember Master Coach teaching me this one. And it seems so. This is what happened to my business, no, to the Healthy Hub. It was called the Healthy You before, and I was just so focused on the physical body. But when I became a life coach and I understand that there is so much need for people to understand more, that when you talk about health, it's not just the physical body. It involves so much of your mental, emotional, your spiritual when you talk about health. And so when I learned about this through life coaching, I started blending in, making some 10,000 experiment rule, opening up myself to new ideas so that I can begin to reinvent the hub. And it's now a safe space for the people of Eastern Visayas. It has reinvented itself. Now, the hub was reinvented to really become a safe space. From being a wellness hub for people who simply wanted to lose some weight, it has now become a safe space that caters to the totality, a holistic wellness of the person. No? So that's the reinvention. When you talk about reinvention, it takes about four mindsets that you need to embrace. Now, okay, how come this mental model is really important to be done? No, I mean, it's important for each and every one of us to really understand it and take it to heart and really apply it. No, there is a quote that I've read, which I believe summarized this reinvention mental model. This is by Yuval Noah Harari, and he wrote, traditionally, life has been divided to two parts. First, a period of learning, and the second, a period of working. Isn't it right that you say, I'm going to school, after school I want to work. And so some people don't want to go back to school anymore because, no, I'm doing work right now. This is how it is. This is how it should. You work, you study, you work, you learn, and now you're working. So there's no more room for learning because I'm doing now the work. I've learned before and now I'm working. But it's not it. No, it's not it. Soon, he said, no, Yuval Noah Harari said, soon these things will be obsolete. And if humans wants to survive, we need to continuously learn to reinvent ourselves repeatedly. At this fast-paced world, to thrive is to stay relevant. You got to learn how to be relevant. And when you talk about relevance, it is a basic need of every individual. You want to find how you can be relevant in the things that you do. Businesses have closed up because they have not become relevant in today's generation and in today's digital space. So hindi na sila need ng community. So if you have a business, how will your business be a need currently? If you're one person, ask yourself, how are you relevant in the world today? How are you impacting the community? Well, World Health Organization have defined mental health as a person who knows his capabilities, a person who can cope up with the daily stresses, but at the same time, you're giving back to the community. That means you're creating relevance. So in your life right now, let me ask you, how are you being relevant? No? So this is the why. Because if you will not reinvent, mapag-iiwanan ka po ng panahon. No? Kaya nga po marami yung nagsara. According to Master Coach Jasmine, life coaching will make you reinvent faster. Agree. I totally super agree with that. No, it's an experience of mine. Coach Juan says progression is a proactive process. You are a player, not an NPC or non-playable character. Yes, no. If you want to move forward, you cannot just say, maupo lang po ako, paki-move forward na lang ako. Na, mapag-iiwanan ka po, no? So how are you becoming relevant? Now, Coach Lynn says, agree. Same with economy. How will you reinvent yourself to adapt into the digital revolution? Now, how will you? Now, many companies were not prepared for the pandemic. No? So this is just to really reinforce what I've said, that it is a need to really reinvent. Though we were we have experienced the digital world came actually, even before pandemic, but pandemic moved it furthermore. Isn't it right? Companies had no choice but to learn the loops of having online marketing, live sellings for entrepreneurs. Isn't it right, diba? No, and because you wanted really to thrive. Like for example, here in Tacloban City, how many coffee shops are in there? In Manila, how many coffee shops are in there? And so if you're just saying, oh, I'm doing good coffee, and you're not putting anything new in there, you're gonna fall down. You're gonna crumble. The big companies will swallow you up. And I remember a class with Master Coach A when he says that when you present a product or when you have a project or a program or a product, it goes up And when it reach its peak, after it will plateau for quite some time, but it will gonna have to go down. So even before your product go on a peak, you're already thinking of something. And that is reinvention. You cannot just stay in one particular product if you're an entrepreneur, because people will continuously change. Their needs will change. No? So it is important. Reinvention, you know, um, in fact, even the teachers, oh, here's one thing. When we say human, if you do not reinvent, you don't become relevant. And I remember after the pandemic, when even education became a hybrid, there were modular online classes. And when pandemic came in, there it didn't go back to the same classroom setting. It became a hybrid. There were days that the students were in online module, and there were days that they go to class, but hindi na po siya bumalik. No, it didn't return. So reinvention. So if you want to become relevant, just like the teacher, no, you have to learn to do online modular approach in teaching, because it's the call of time. Many teachers actually resigned, especially those who were from my generation, because they cannot cope up with technology. They cannot cope up. They cannot embrace change. It stresses them out. They were not really prepared. Reinvention is a must, or else you become irrelevant. And in this fast-paced world, you got to learn fast. No? You got to learn fast. And so it is very important that when you talk about reinvention and you want to embrace reinvention, embrace the four mindset, because it will help you truly navigate through it in a much smoother way. Now, one of the person I look up to, no, when you talk about reinvention and really looking to have an example of reinvention. One of the person I look up to on reinvention is Master Coach A. No, the chairman of P165 Worldwide Food and Beverage Unlimited Corporation, where in which the Cup Coffee Republic, no, worldwide came to be. No, Master Coach A is the creator also and the founder of Life Coach Philippines International. She is a published author. Hindi lang po yung author no na nakikita nyo dyan, but she's been like publishing a lot of toolkits and doing a lot of works, no? Well, you'll be seeing that if you visit Deep Thoughts, yung digital asset po ng Life Coach Philippines, and Rise Up Creative Blue Chip investors, no? Kasama po doon. So he's been writing ever since. He's a coaching entrepreneur. He is an author, and he's the creator of our also one of our S1, no, S1 of products, no, of plant-based products, no, in terms of entrepreneurship. And from poverty, from being bankrupt to becoming a corporate worker. Well, when she became a corporate worker, she experienced also bankruptcy, but she rose in the ladder. She rose in the ladder, and of even in the corporate world, she rose in the ladder, but she left everything. She decided to reinvent herself to honor her role as a mom, as a mother. She created Decaf Coffee Republic, a safe space for people to initially have a venue. The thought was a venue for Bible study. She was a Bible study leader and a leader in a church. But then to fully serve Decaf Coffee Republic, she came into a space also that in her heart birthed also to be able to serve people with all types of challenges, especially mental health, which she can relate with. So it does not sell coffee. You know, when you talk about Decaf Coffee Republic, we do not sell coffee, but we sell change life. We sell transformation. So Decaf Coffee Republic is not like other coffee shop. It's not. No. And she went to pursue coaching because she wanted to really help people. She pursued coaching to help people with all types of challenges. Now Decaf Coffee Republic houses life coaching certification classes. No, life coaching certification classes. It's a venue. No, you can rent a space No, it's a venue for different activities such as worship. There's a church who rent it. It's a venue for all types of gathering, such as workshop and training. And even the food has transitioned to support total wellness. So, marami na po, mas marami, I believe so, yung plant-based meals that is being served. All because, all because Master Coach A decided to reinvent herself. She can just stay in the comfort of the corporate world and then receive the high salary. She's receiving a salary. She's not just holding a simple position. But right now, whatever she's doing and Decaf Coffee Republic, whatever Decaf Coffee Republic is doing, will stay relevant for a long period of time. Decaf Coffee Republic is a venue even to S1 plant-based product because it is in response to the need of the community to manage its well-being, right? So it is responding to what is the need for the now. And even it is already being prepared, and it's, we're doing a lot of classes right now preparing it and preparing ourselves because that's our home to respond to what will be relevant in the future. Currently, Masakoche is now in a quest to build the mental fitness home for people suffering from mental health challenges, issues and challenges. Mental fitness is the key. No, it will be an advocacy that we would want to be nurtured in in our mental health facility. No, that's why we have the different mental model learning. And if you join the Be Learning Society, you're not your bonus is to learn the mental model, but you are actually joining us in our advocacy to create a space that will nurture not just your mental health, but even for the next generation to come. She has reinvented herself so beautifully. And that's also one of the desire of my heart. Now, when I started reinventing from being a nurse to a wellness coach and now to become now as a life coach and a mental health coach and having conversation with my client, this is no, even the conversation I have reinvented because I don't care before for people. I take care of my family. I take care of myself. I do the things that I want. But right now, I'm in the middle of helping other people. As a mom, you know what? She has clearly, Master Coach has shown us clearly how to really reinvent beautifully. The learnings that she's been taking into have helped her. No, so yung apat po na mindset, she has practiced that and just doing it. And that's also the things that she's training us for. And we are on our way. We are doing little by little all of those four mindset for reinvention so that we can reach the things that we want and we stay relevant. Not just, not just for the world, even to yourself and your family. Reinvent, no? Reinvent to be better. And if you're a parent listening to me right now, reinvention is one important thing that you need to do. If you're doing a job over and over again, you're burnout and you know what, you're not changing it. You're there for 30 years, you're there for 20 years, and you're experiencing burnout already. It will take a toll on your mental health. It will take a toll on your relationship with your child. Kasi pag uwi mo, pagod ka, galit ka. And that will tell you, honestly, it will tell you that there's a need for reinvention already. You need to be able, as a parent, you need to reinvent. You cannot do parenting the way you're doing parenting before because the 21st generation is entirely different. It is in the digital world and it's a different world that we do not know of. That's why you start to learn fast. No technology. Reinvent to be better. No? Get out of the comfort zone because it will impact your mental. If you stay in your comfort zone, you become irrelevant and it will impact your mental health. So if you're a parent right now, think how you can best reinvent yourself in your job so that you can reinvent yourself as well as a parent. No? Because hindi ka naman split personality. When you reinvent in your professional life, definitely it will impact the way you do things at home. So reinvent to be better. No. And if you're a parent right now, encouraging you, because mental health in adolescents is really suffering right now. There's so much, especially here in Region 8. Reinvent to become a better parent. Know parenting. Know the development of the of children, so that you become aware how you're going to support them and how you're going to respond to them in different development stages. At para makasakay ka po sa anak mo, kailangan mo mag-aral. Hindi ka naman po makapag-aaral ng, especially if you are a stay-at-home mom, your time is needed. You can reinvent to understanding, learning through technology. Understanding the Zoom, understanding the different platforms, so that you can continue to makasabay ka po sa open opportunity of learning. No? Be open to technology and things will be better in your own homes. When I learned about reinvention, I never even thought about this as reinvention for my business. I took this reinvention mental model of reinventing myself so that I become a better person and a better mom. And honestly, nakakasabay na po. I've been learning through the different platforms, Zoom, Rosuko, we have the coach, we have the coaching genie. And now, because I wanted to really be prepared for the future, I'm into the digital real estate. And understanding this is another whole lot different experience. But since, sabi nga, no, human have been reinventing long time ago, that means I can do it, and you too can do it. You can reinvent yourself. Reinvention, you need to work to be fearless, because it needed a fearless heart to move outside of the comfort zone and embrace something new. Embrace something new, right? So if you're one person right now, especially if you're a parent and you wanted really to learn more, I truly invite you to go inside parentingfeature.com, www.parentingfeature.com, because there's so much learning in there. No? And if you have difficulty navigating yourself, just connect with me or connect with Coach Lynn Garcia, so that we can help you in it. No? And you can find people. What is very important is your desire to really make it and to really make some changes. So I invite you to be in www.parentingfeature.com. Explore it, understand it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna level you up as a parent. Life is not finding yourself. Hindi ka naman nawawala. It's more. Life is more of creating yourself. And when you reinvent, you go into the process of reinvention, you have the highest 100% chance to see your best version. You will understand, you will know, you will meet, and you will enjoy the best version of yourself. So that's my take on reinvention. It has to begin with you, because there is more to life and you want to experience more of it. If you're a parent right now, gone are the days when we were parented by our parents. It's no longer the same that will be applicable today. So reinvent yourself to become the 21st century parent. And I'm sure you're going to fly high in terms of your relationship with your children. So maraming salamat po for hopping in with me in this beautiful conversation of reinvention. As I've said, it's my favorite. If you want to really dig deeper more into the conversation and you want to be guided how to go about it, you want to be facilitated with clarity, how to move through it, because a lot of times we set goals, but when we are just doing it solo, when we have difficulty, we give it up. If you are one person ready to move through with the reinvention, or you just want to have clarity of what is next for you, how you will reinvent, connect with any of the coaches in the space or call 0917-586-1661 so you can be guided, you can be helped, talk to a life coach, Or if you're from Eastern Visayas or you're in Tacloban, you can connect with me at 0975-995-2382 for a conversation. So thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. You can watch the replays of all the episodes on the Facebook pages of Decaf Coffee Republic, Worldwide, and Life Coach Philippines International. For your high definition videos, visit and subscribe to Coach AI Connect YouTube channel. And again, let me invite you, don't ever miss tomorrow's episode. It's going to be a powerful sharing on another mental models. So join us again at 12 noon. Tomorrow, don't forget to share your hashtag Pack My Bag moment or your return of insight. Return of insight from this episode. So, thank you so much for hopping in. Stay mentally fit, stay alive, live beautifully. Love, bam, boom. God bless everyone. Thank you so much.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.